We've said this so many times this season. Let's try and put that into some highlights. They start, and you could see Leonie Bentveld got a great start. Puk Pieterse led out, was so confident from the start today, Puk Pieterse.
Yeah, she wanted to get
this happened.
Yeah, she wanted to get into that pit first. She didn't want anyone in her way, and then she crashes. Brand goes around, but she's carrying so much speed, she just loses control. And Alvarado has absolutely nowhere to go, and she has to go down as well. And then Bentveld's behind, and Annemiek van Alphen, they come out super smooth. And then at the top on the right of our screen, we're going to watch Zemanova drops in. We see Cusack down there, and then Zemanova drops in and has a bit of an issue. And then as she crashes, we didn't see it back. She then took Backstead out as well. And again, towards the end of this lap, Pieterse made another mistake, which meant Brand had to jump off because she wasn't in the right gear to then get up the corner. And that's when a lot of riders came around her as well.
Just see where Lucinda Brand trying to get the chain on, and you felt Brand was nervous from the start. You could sense that kind of heightened level of kind of nervousness. It took her a while to settle.
Yeah, it really did. She was making uncharacteristically for her, she was making a lot of mistakes at the front. There's not a lot of opportunities to pass people here, and so as we come round to the end of the first lap, it's actually only Bentveld leading from Annemiek van Alphen and Alvarado, and Brand is there still. She's only 16 or so seconds down, and so she is able to then overtake in those places, and she's able to get ahead of Alvarado and then try and close that gap up to Pieterse.
And you can see here Lucinda Brand tripoded, Tomac-ing as we call it as well. John Tomac, the legendary mountain biker, was famous for that. But this was the moment. This is where Puk Pieterse's race really kind of came unstuck today.
Yeah, that's where she's made her first proper mistake other than the big sand crash that everyone did. And that actually lost her quite a bit of time. She then had to change bikes as well when she got into the pit. And she wasn't able to come back in contact with these two riders at the front of the race. And Brand then made a serious move at the front, and she wanted to drag herself away from the rest of the field.
And there was points today, multiple points where you thought, right, because characteristically we've seen this season, that's it, game over, race done. And then this would happen, and then another incident would happen.
So then she crashes here just before she hits the bridge, and this is a terrible place to crash if there is any good places, because she then has to get up this bridge, and she's not able to. And Alvarado sees it, gets on the back of her wheel, and is then there with her again. And Alvarado knows she needs to get around her and try to make her make mistakes. If Brand's made 2-3 mistakes in a race, you know she's not full focus on the day. Brand changes bikes, and Alvarado attacks hard because, again, there's very few places for you to overtake. And while there's no rider in front of you, you go full gas.
You could see how slow the pit was riding today, and that ultimately, that crash, the bike change, and the speed of the exit from the pits today was what gave Alvarado that advantage. But Lucinda Brand came back again.
Brand had not given up, and she went full gas and got back to the back of Alvarado, and then she took this move. I mean, after all the things that she's done today, she decided to overtake on an icy sand stretch, and she wants to lead this race. Leading this race is so helpful, as she is here. But then again, she goes off the racing line, hits a patch of sand, it fires her to the left of the screen, and Alvarado just smashes past because Alvarado knows there are very few opportunities to beat Lucinda Brand, and today was one of them.
Ceylin Alvarado, I think if you call a victory a well-deserved victory, I think there is a massive tick next to that one.
She shakes her head as Brand comes in, defeated, but acknowledging that the reason she was defeated was if no one else was doing was only her own. And Pieterse rode a super strong race to maintain that third spot.
It is a race for warriors here in Zonhoven, and what a spectacle. We have got the men's race to come up as well in about 20 minutes. Looks like as well, we had a couple of punctures for Zoe Backstead today as well. We were trying to work out where she might have gone within that field as well. Just like that, here's Ceylin.
Second win also here in Zonhoven. What makes you emotional?
Yeah, because along the way I made many mistakes, and I think I was riding too long on the wrong tires. So it was really slippery for me, but yeah, I never gave up. And I think, like I said earlier, the mistakes today were crucial.
Because everyone makes mistakes, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Great to hear from Ceylin Alvarado, and it comes down to in cyclocross so often, as we always say, the tiniest of elements, the tiniest of details, and it's about trying to make fewer.
And it's just so impressive to watch.
We'd all be going around afterwards trying to find our teeth. Our top 10 looks like this. Ceylin Alvarado takes it ahead of Lucinda Brand and Puk Pietersen. That's our podium. What a thriller. Amandine Fouquenet takes fourth. Shirin van Anrooy, Annick van Alphen. Leonie Bentveld is our first under-23 rider with Christina Zemanova and Manon Bakker. Zoe Baxter takes 10th position. She is our second under-23 with Fleur Moores rounding out that podium. Lopez de Saint-Romain, great top 20s for our Americans. Lucinda Brand's lead in the Cyclo-Cross World Cup now extends to 310 points to Annick van Alphen's 228. Amandine Fouquenet still in third. Ceylin Alvarado moves up to fourth. Leonie Bentveld drops to fifth position in the elite category, but still leading.
Ceylin Alvarado!
Ceylin Alvarado takes third. You can see her shivering on the podium. You can see how cold it is here.
Werden aan Ceylin uitgereikt. De bloemen mogen de lucht in. En wij, dames en heren, vragen uw aandacht om samen met ons te gaan luisteren naar het Nederlandse volkslied.